Hello and welcome to some Hebrew. By request, I'm doing a video on Exodus 3:14, which is where God tells Moses what his name is. Now, secret, I did a video on this already, but I made a grammatical mistake that I was so embarrassed about that I thought that I would redo it. So here is take two of Exodus 3:14. So it begins, Vayomer Elohim, which means, and God said, fairly standard in the narrative portions of the Pentateuch. Genesis 1 has it all over the place, and God said, God's a speaking God. Elohim is the word for God. It is grammatically treated as a singular, but the word is actually plural. Hirik Yod Mem, if I can get the cursor, Hirik Yod Mem is a masculine plural absolute ending. But grammatically, this is third masculine singular, vayomer, so that it's treated as a singular, even though it's plural, which of course has led Christians later on. Of course, Jews don't think this, and there's no evidence that anyone in the Old Testament thought this. But the Christians think of the Trinity a lot of times when you have this sort of a construction. But vayomer is the vav patak doubling says that this is a converted imperfect, which is a past tense. And the yod on the front tells you that it's imperfect. But with this particular situation, it actually is the artifact of an ancient form that it was a pure past tense. It only is preserved, as far as I know, in this particular construction, vav patak doubling. But the form of the verb, it's amar, to say, and it's a third masculine singular, perfect tense, call, or G stem, nothing done to it. So it's the basic Grundstamm, the basic stem, okay? And God said, okay, what did he say? He said, El Moshe. He said to Moses, Moshe is Moses, and El is El Moshe. El is two. What did he say to Moses? He said, quote, Ehye asher ehye, which is, I will be who I will be, or I will be what that I will be, or, I will be who I will be. Ehya is from Haya, which means to be. And then the aleph on the front is the first common singular. So it's imperfect also because it adds stuff on the front. And the aleph is the first common singular for both masculine and feminine. So I will be. Now, this is kind of cryptic. What does that mean? I will be who I will be. Of course, throughout the centuries, there's been all kinds of philosophical speculation. Thomas Aquinas, who lived in the 1200s, suggested that God's essence was his being. No doubt thinking about this passage. I'm sure he quotes this passage even. Of course, I think probably at the time of the Pentateuch, not quite as philosophical. But there is, I think, a connection to being here. And I think what we're hearing here is a sense that the name Yahweh, which has a yod and a hey, two hays and a vav in it, that there's some, that the Israelites understood there to be some relationship between the name of God, Yahweh, and the verb to be. That's something going on there in the mix. So, and God said to Moses, I will be who I will be. And he said, okay, so God continues speaking, Vayomer, and he said, Ko, thus you will say. So ko means thus, and then tomar. See amar here? Amar, amar, amar. It's the verb for say. Here we had a yod, which is third masculine singular, and here we have a tav. So this is second masculine singular. You singular Moses will say. You will say, so it's imperfect. It's call stem again, nothing done to the stem. It's a G stem. And it's from Amar, third masculine or second masculine singular. Thus you will say, Livnei Yisrael, to the sons of Israel. So Lamed means two, and B'nai means sons of. The Sarah Yod is so if Hirik Yod Mem is masculine plural absolute, Sarah Yod is masculine plural construct, okay, to the sons of. When it's in construct, you put the word of after it. So to the sons of Yisrael, to the sons of Israel. So thus you will say to the sons of Israel, Ehyeh sent me to you. Okay, so Ehyeh is what we've seen it 3 times in this verse. So what is God's name? His name is I will be, or I'm going to be, or I am. I am. Of course, John 5:58 alludes to this verse, I think, when the Pharisees, I think it's the Pharisees that say to Jesus in John 8, what do you know about Moses? You're not even 50 years old. And Jesus says, before Moses was, I am. And he's alluding to this verse saying, I am the I am. I am the I will be. So the I will be sent me. Shalakani, shalakani. So shalak is to send. And then ni is an object suffix, me. And then, so shalak is he sent. It is a perfect tense. It is kal or G, nothing done to it. It is third masculine singular. Ehyeh sent me. Alechem, to you. And that's where I went wrong. Somehow I had, so if it's hem, it's them. But if it's chem, it's you. So it's second masculine plural suffix here. And L is the same as the L up here, to y'all. So that this is, again, not to them, which I said in the previous video, it's to y'all. So my Hebrew professor no doubt heard a tremor in the front force when I made that mistake. But so there you have it. And God said to Moses, I will be who I will be. And he said, thus you will say to the sons of Israel, I will be sent me to you. Okay, some of you also want me to read the Hebrew. And so here we go. Hebrew's hard to read. Even after all these years, I still sometimes stumble on reading it. It's just you have to go zigzag, zigzag, zigzag to do it. But anyway, here we go. Vayomer Elohim el Moshe, Ehyeh, asher Ehyeh. Vayomer, ko tomar livnei Yisrael, Ehyeh, shalakani alechem. Okay, this has been Exodus 3:14, the right way.